Hello, I'm Vara,
And I'm Roxy.
and you are listening to VCR. How are you, Roxy?
I am great.
You feeling good?
I am.
Feeling all kinds of happies?
Yes.
hmm I myself, not so much
No,
feeling
you're not
good.
as I
I'm
definitely don't feel like you.
no, I'm a bit hungover from
Just a
last
little.
night. Last night is actually we went out on location. And I made a mistake. I said last night that this was our first time doing this type of show, right? And it isn't. It dawned on me this morning, me and you did the candlelight thing.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
So this would technically be our second like this, but our first time at this particular location. So me and Roxy went to go check out her favorite singer right now at
One
House
of
of
the
Blues, an amazing concert in the Peacock Room. And we checked out, who was she again?
Hope Tala.
Hope Tala. She was actually quite superb. It was really
She was
great.
really, really good.
Yeah, and the whole experience altogether was good. Whether it was from the moment we got there onward, it was just great. So let's start
It
with
really
that.
was.
We arrived promptly late.
In true Roxy fashion.
Yes. So we showed up late. But as we showed up, it wasn't a big deal. It was like maybe the show started at 8 with your opener,
Yes.
and we get there. It was my first time using their ticket app, and I was like, that was actually pretty smooth.
Mm-hmm.
Because I hate it. It was like you have to exit one to get into another to open up the other ticket. But this one was just side by side and was really good. So I like to mention things like that because the easier for me, the better. So we get into the Peacock Room, which is on the third floor, and we weren't about to climb all those stairs.
Was not. I was
No,
like, absolutely not. Elevator.
we did. We took the elevator up, and then from
I'm old. No.
it hurts sometimes. Just
You know,
it hurts just to look sometimes, let alone to
I
actually
looked and
try.
I was like, I'm
I'm
tired
like,
already.
no,
No.
I'm not climbing that. That's not gonna happen today. So we ended up at in the Peacock Room, which is the smaller room. You have the main,
Mhm.
at least in Houston. I know there are other House of Blues. I'm not exactly sure how they're all laid out, but like you had the main room, and then you had the Peacock Room, which is a smaller venue. I don't know who was going on in the main room though. I don't know if
It
you
was zebra.
zebra.
Yeah.
Wow, as opposed to koala or platypus or something like that.
I've
Never,
never, I was like, I don't know who that is.
have no idea. Never heard of them. They just call themselves zebra. I was like, okay, very cool. Orangutan, whatever.
Stop.
So, we end up Peacock Room. Very nice. It's a very intimate setting. Really, the best thing about the Peacock Room, I thought, is that anywhere you stand is a good
Hmm.
view. Like
Oh
you can
yeah.
see everything. And me and Roxy were in the back, like
They're
against
in
the
the like the
bar.
very back at the
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean,
leaning on the bar.
it was no further beyond where we were at.
And
And
that's how you know it's not super crowded because most places are like, don't stand by the bar. You have to scoot up so people can come up. But there was people, it was packed, but I guess it was like not that many people were drinking. So,
no, like in all honesty, and I can understand why, I'll
right.
testify to that. Uh, in all honesty, it was like when the music was going on, it was a very courteous scene. No one was
Hmm.
at the bar when the performers were on, but when they stopped, that's when they all rushed the bar.
Yeah, that's when the bar got crazy.
So really, it was just me, Roxy, maybe a handful of others who were against the bar, which was
Hmm.
convenient because I could just turn around and be like, "Hey, we need a drink." And
Can we get a refill, please?
my God, was that a drink? Oh God. So yeah, they gave
You
me,
were drinking them like water. I was like, dude.
yeah, it kind of tasted like it felt like water. I was like, there is no kick to these drinks. And then later on, it kicked in all right.
Yeah, it did.
So, but we had a good time. It was a wonderful time. I couldn't tell you the name of the opening act, but they were good. They were
They
very
were
good.
really good. I think it was like I don't want to pronounce it wrong. Cairo, something like that. It was Kairo.
There you
They
go.
were really good. I actually liked them. I'm gonna look them up on YouTube.
Yes, they were good. They had beautiful voices. They were excellent. They were just
Were they
really good.
twins? I was trying to
You
figure that out.
know, I was thinking
Or
they
like
were related. They looked like they were related. And I was like, these guys have
I
to
was
be
like, they're
like
either
brothers
twins
or
or they're like
cousins or
best
something.
friends or something. Like,
Yeah,
you know, you start to look like your friends.
yes, and I was like, because they looked very much identical, and I was like, wow, all right, so interesting. Um,
But their music was really good, and it was almost acoustic because it was just the two guys singing, and then the guy with the bass in the back.
yes, and that was
I
it.
guess
I
they
mean,
had
they
like a
were
music
great.
track or something. I don't know, but they sounded really, really good. I liked them a lot.
They were
That was a good
excellent.
opener.
They were excellent. Um, I really enjoyed them, could not complain. And what ends up happening is, so we they by the time we got there, they
I think
weren't
they were on their like
exactly,
second song, the second to
yeah.
last song.
Yeah, they were just kind of, we maybe caught two or three songs from them,
Yeah.
and that was it. And then after that, little break, they had the DJ going. We got a couple more drinks, and then, I was hungry. I had not eaten yet, so I got me a couple slices of pizza that were not.
Mm,
So, my bad. All right.
would I
So,
recommend?
my one complaint, I'm still getting over the bronchitis too from last week for the show followers. Um, so, my one complaint about House of Blues is they had little nibblies there and they have pizza, right? So, it was like $9 a slice of pizza and the
Mm,
pizza was not that great. It was very reminiscent of cardboard. And in fact, it
easy
was so,
cardboard.
yes, it was so not that great that someone gave me the rest of her pizza to kill off because she was not feeling that pizza. And I was like,
I took a few bites and I was like, I
yeah,
can't eat anymore.
exactly, exactly. So that's my only complaint is like there should have been like maybe better food kind of at this, venue type of thing. But other than that, everything else was great. The service was great. The drinks were great. And then they darkened out the lights and Miss Hope Talia takes stage.
I'll
Tala, Tala takes stage. I don't know why I want to say Talia, but because I'm hitting that last A too hard. But she took stage and she was
she was
phenomenal.
so good.
She was. She has a very, very sweet voice.
She
Uh,
does.
very light voice too, but super sweet, really good.
It's
Apparently,
almost like sure, it's like a little airy.
it is. It is. It was just really amazing. I was
Mhm.
commenting to Roxy that, she had just come off of doing Coachella,
Yeah.
and I was kind of surprised that not, I mean, she's great, she's excellent, she's talented, but normally Coachella does like much bigger names and more.
Well, I'm sure they do, but I'm sure like at opening stuff, you know what I mean? They might have
Maybe
like
she was an opener.
newer artists.
I'm over here thinking she's a main stage kind of thing, but she was great. And even if she was an opener at Coachella or main stage at Coachella, she was excellent. She was very
Yeah.
excellent. Like I loved her voice. And of course, someone knew every single song that she played. Not gonna say.
Me, except for one. I was like, I knew all but one song.
And she was great. She was just
I had, yeah, I couldn't, like, I just was floating. I was I was in heaven. I loved it. She put on a really great show.
And she has such an amazing voice that I will say this. There were songs where people were just dead silent because they were actively listening and just
Hmm.
really into it. And then just after the song, they erupted. So they were just, her voice is incredible to kind of command that kind of
Oh yeah.
respect and like we're all going silent at this moment to hear this song. And I thought that was super impressive. Like when your voice is so angelic like that you just the whole venue goes chill
Right.
to
Everybody just
hear you.
hushes.
Yeah, and I was like, wow, that is something else. So excuse me. Absolutely loved her concert. I can't say that there was one bad song that she had done. She really was
She's super cutesy
incredible.
too.
Yeah, she's adorable. She really is.
She's from Britain, right?
She's from Britain. Yeah, absolutely. Matter of fact, let me pull up a little bit of her info. But
She is, yeah, British singer-songwriter.
yeah, very talented. Her real name actually is Hope Natasha McDonald. And she is 27, born in 1997.
She is
Her genres
97.
here,
I think I was a freshman.
something like that. I was 2 years out of high school at that point. Uh, so she is a listed as R&B, soul, alternative indie. So that's the kind of genre she fits into, and I can totally see that. Like she has that to me she probably falls more on the indie side than anything else, but
Hmm.
she is just incredible. Her voice is so amazing. She could totally do R&B as well. Like, she's just
Oh yeah,
extremely gifted.
very.
What were some more of your thoughts about the concert?
I just really enjoyed myself. I was dancing around, singing. Like,
Hmm.
I felt like a little kid. Like,
It
it was
was
great. I'm still reeling from it. Like I was listening to her this morning while I was cleaning.
Yes, and actually, so even on our way over there, Roxy came to my house. We jetted over to House of Blues. But even then, she's like, "Why aren't we listening to Hope?" And I was like,
Yeah, because you put something on, and I was like, "Why are we listening? Why are we listening to Hope?" Like you were like, "Why? We're gonna
"Oh."
go see her." I'm like, "Yeah, we gotta get ready."
She's like, "We got to kind of do a pre-workout type of thing." To her, I'm
Yeah.
like, "Okay." So I just gave her my phone so she could uh, turn it on. And then from there we jetted. It was a good thing we
I
didn't.
mean, I've
Mhm.
been listening to her all week to
Yes.
get ready for today, for
Mhm.
yesterday.
Someone's a mega fan over here.
I
Uh,
am.
but and rightfully so, she is great. She is very great. Let's talk about some of our fun adventures at the venue, though. That was interesting. I think the some of the more disruptive type of stuff actually it was very chill, very cool. I think the only thing that was kind of disruptive a little bit is like the guys who opened came out and were kind of watching the show, and then
Hmm.
people would go up to them in photos
Take
and start
pictures and stuff like that.
talking, and
Yeah.
so that would like kind of ruin your moment if you're into the moment. Other than that, I think at the very end, I don't know who it is, but they need some medical help.
Oh my God.
Yes, that was terrible. Absolutely
Ooh,
terrible.
somebody let one loose.
Oh my gosh.
Good
That thing, like,
God.
I was like, I was standing there and I was like, what the fuck is that? And then I look over to Roxy, I was like, I think someone dropped one on us, and she was she was like, "Yeah, we literally had to
But it took
move."
a second, but I was like, oh God, yeah.
It was offensive. It was
It was
horribly
very
offensive,
offensive.
and it was like all over the place. And we had
It
to,
was a huge fart cloud.
yeah,
Like,
we had to leave that area that we were in. And I thought to myself, someone had to have just like shit themselves, is what happened because like that was like too.
somebody let out a silent one, and then
No, that was
And
somebody.
it was definitely deadly.
Yes, and they needed to go to the bathroom
And
immediately.
check their panties
Check
because
their whatever pants, panties, whatever.
panties, boxers, whatever.
It was the
That was
worst.
awful.
I was
It
like,
was
oh my
awful.
God, that was
I was like,
terrible.
whatever you're eating, don't eat that shit again.
Yes, like it may have been the pizza from the but altogether it was a great night. Other than those two little things, and really that's really minor compared to the rest of the evening. It was really great. After that, we went to the foundation room, had a drink there, took off from there, hit up another bar across the street called Dirt Bar. Uh,
Hmm.
and we just had a very fun time.
Hmm.
And if she rolls through again, I would definitely go check her out. You know, she was amazing. If she's
Yes.
coming to any of your cities, definitely check her out. She is just incredible. Her
Definitely a
voice.
good concert to go to. It's nice. It's nothing crazy either. Everybody's very polite and standing still. Like everybody kind of dancing in their little spot. Like it was nice. I will
Yeah,
say it was weird because I felt like, one of the oldest person in the room.
yeah, we definitely were.
But I didn't care. Like it was a great show.
It was a great show. Loved it. Absolutely no problems. It was great. I want to say she has about, let me count this off real quick. And some of these are repeats for some reason. So that looks like one, two, three, 4, 5. Looks like she has about 5 albums out right now. Definitely check it out. She's definitely on Spotify. I know
I
that
think her
because
new one is Handwritten. That's her latest album.
yes, that's what it's saying. It's definitely on Spotify and
Hmm.
SoundCloud if you want, if you're a SoundCloud kind of person. She's on Spotify and SoundCloud. She is, like I said, quite talented. And you know what? I'm lying. According to this, there is, yeah, no, one, two, three, four, five, six. She has 6 albums out. Her latest
Hmm.
one is handwritten. The previous one is Shiver, and before that, Apple Music Home Session, and then um, Girl Eats Sun, Sensitive Soul, Stay, Starry Arch, or Ache, ACHE. So anyway, those are some of her albums that are out right now. What is your favorite song by Hope?
Oh God, I can't name a favorite song. I like them all.
Give me two that you can.
Oh God, why you gotta put me on the spot like that?
I don't know. Funsies, giggles, shits and giggles.
Oh my gosh.
I will say her song "Crazy" was really
Yes, I
that
do like
was
that
that
one.
one stuck with me throughout the night. So, "Crazy" was really good.
Hmm.
Roxy's more of a fan than what I am, but definitely her song "Crazy" was incredible.
That's the one I saw the video to when she was at Coachella when she was
Mm.
performing. Um, she did really good on that one. What is it? Oh, All My Girls Like to Fight. I love that
Oh,
one.
that actually was a good one. That was a good
Hmm.
one. She performed that there. And
There's what is it? There was one Stay at the Party. She didn't perform that one, but I like that one too. It's more of like for your friends.
mhm. Okay,
It's yeah. She didn't perform that one though.
very cool. Well, there you go. Yeah, she was most excellent, a very great talent, and I hope she gets to blow up bigger than what she is right now, and ends up in the main stage of Hollywood
Definitely.
one
I
day.
could see it.
Yeah, she's very talented. She's very, very gorgeous, and her songs are just incredible. They really are. And I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it more than I thought I was going to because when Roxy told me, hey, she's coming into town, I had never heard of her. And
Mm-mm.
I was like, okay. And then Roxy was kind of telling me like a little bit more about her. And I was like, okay, kind of indie, which I do like. I like the indie music scene. but I had not listened to any of her music until really one day Roxy jumps in car and she's like, "We're
I put it
listening to
on.
Hope," and I was like, "Okay." And it was great music, but I got to admit, like hearing her live, there is something more appealing about that than just listening to her
Right.
Spotify or something like because it's good, but like when you see her in person and you're listening to her,
You see that she
and
actually sounds like that.
yeah, she actually sounds like that, and but there's something even better about it. And maybe it's because it is the live performance. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it was most excellent, and I really liked that concert. And another fun thing here is my New Year's resolution this year was to at least go see a minimum of two concerts this year. And this was the second, so I've met my New Year's resolution. So yay, my
Yay,
goal for
you.
2025. Yay, it's all done. Yeah, hit up the two concerts, and that was great. It was really, really great. I think we should probably do a little bit more concert shows because that was a lot of fun and enjoy.
Well, I plan on going to more this year.
Oh, I know. Well, you're quite the concert person, so you go to
Yeah,
quite a few concerts every year.
that's true.
So this one I think is, in all honesty, this is our first concert in a couple of years together because when we did the candlelight concerts, that was a couple of years ago, I want to
Hmm.
say.
I think,
So
right? Or at
yeah,
least, yeah, it has been a couple years.
yeah, 2 or 3 years ago. And so now we did this one, which is something we should probably put a little bit more into our mix here and there. But kind of getting sidetracked as you hear us plan out our next shows and everything else. But she is a definite must see, highly
Yeah, if she comes
recommend.
around, I highly recommend
Yeah,
checking it out.
exactly. If she's coming to your city, definitely check her out. She is a must see. And like I said, it's nothing heavy. It's nothing that's going to be very like um just like jump up and dance type of thing.
Like,
Although there is dancing going on.
there is, but it's more like in your place, like swaying
Yeah.
side to side with a little bounce, like nothing
Yeah.
crazy.
Very light indie kind of down dancing.
Hmm.
Want to put it that way. So it is a very good time because you can enjoy it, you can listen, you can hear
Hmm.
her, you can kind of feel her messages. A lot of her messages are like healing messages and clearly
Hmm.
something caused by a breakup type of situation. And but it was really good. It was so good. It's not the typical, oh my God, I'm butt hurt type of thing. There
No.
was something about the way that she does it and the way that she sings it that kind of just makes it feel and seem different than
Hmm.
all the other like, oh my God, I'm hurt type of songs.
Yeah.
There's something about her that really does kind of like put the soul into that song, and you can relate to it, you can feel it, and you can deal with it. Because like even the opening act, they were like, "Oh,
Same.
this is a heartbreak song," and
They're like, this
my,
song is about my ex. And be like, boo.
and then the truth is, the song compared to like how Hope sings it night and day.
Mhm.
To me, their song was just like. What's another breakup song? It's another I'm butthurt song, right? Hers were different. Hers were very powerful, very charged, very much
Mhm.
soulful. And it didn't do it in a horrible way. I think like what we're so accustomed to, like a disrespectful, mean kind of way. It did it in a very open, honest kind of way, which
Yeah.
really kind of made the song a little bit more relatable and more powerful, I think. I don't know. Roxy, your thoughts on that?
No, yeah, you hit it on the head.
On
That's how I found her. It was like through this healing stuff, this healing journey.
Yes, yes, absolutely. I mean, we all got to heal. I think this is something that we all go through, and it's something very
Hmm.
relatable. I just feel like hers is different than
When
most.
I was listening to her, I was like, "Ho, is you me?" Like,
Oh my God. Yeah, it was great. It was wonderful. Like I said, I can't recommend it enough. And it was Roxy who turned me on to Miss Hope there. So she's definitely going to be in my Spotify list coming here
well, she's
very,
there
very
now
soon.
because I put it there.
Yes,
So
yes, Roxy has placed Hope into my list. And
you're welcome.
thank you, thank you. So I don't have to do any work. It's already there.
Right, just there. Just
Yeah,
push.
I can just click and go. So type of situation. Oh, but it was excellent. Loved it, and I would definitely go catch her again. Um, she was amazing, and I gotta say her ticket was pretty affordable. I'm gonna say that.
Yeah.
Pretty affordable compared to other tickets that I've had to purchase at a House of Blues. Hers was like really right on it, and that
Hmm.
included the opening act. So, you know, that was good. I will say this, budget yourself on your drinks because those drinks at House of Blues are a little pricey, but they give you the huge ones. That's the
That
other
thing
thing.
was gigantic.
Yes. So I had a few beers and they give you these huge cans of the beers and I was like, wow. So and I had at least three of those there. So
Yeah, I was
uh-huh.
like, dang.
I had a couple of Stellas, a Shiner Bock, and tasted off of a few of Roxy's choices like High Noon, which was pretty good actually. I was surprised I
Mhm.
liked that because I don't like seltzer drinks, but that one was actually pretty good. So
Yeah, I'm a big fan of that one.
yeah, that no complaints there. That what else? You had like they made her a cocktail that was might as well just been straight tequila though.
Mm. And it was basically tequila and sweet and sour, so sweet and sour mix.
With a drop of watermelon
Watermelon
flavoring.
for color.
Like I was like,
I was like,
wow.
oof, oh Lord.
Yeah, when
That's
she
why I switched to the high noons because I was like, I can't drink this.
yeah, because then she let me sip it and I was like, oh my God. I was like horribly offended. It was so strong. I was like, oh God, that's terrible. Let me chase that out my mouth with a beer because that was
Right.
so strong. Uh, but we had a great time. It really was a great time. I look forward
Hmm.
to doing it again. And maybe it'll be another Hope concert. Maybe it'll be something else that both gets on our radar type of situation. But it was
I've
an
already got a few on my radar.
excellent. We might have to discuss those. So, Roxy, I'm assuming thumbs up for you.
If I had four thumbs, I would put them up, but I only have two, so.
Yes. Definitely some thumbs up for me, and I must go.
Do my toe thumbs count?
Yes, your toe thumbs will count. So definitely a must see for me. Really enjoyed it, loved it.
Hmm.
Very talented, and I hope, bigger, better things for her as well.
Oh yeah, really.
So it was just a great
I hope to
show.
see her again, like in an arena.
Yes, that would be awesome.
Something like
Yeah. I could definitely see her at like Austin City Limits or
mm,
like Southwest by
South by
South
Southwest.
South yeah, South by Southwest, You know what I'm saying. Both Texas
Gotcha,
concerts that are
gotcha.
out in Austin. But yes, definitely completely amazing. Loved it. Big
Hmm.
fan now. So, but let's say y'all out there have a show maybe you want us to explore. Maybe something's
Yeah,
coming to
you have an
Houston.
artist? Are you an artist?
Yes, hit us up. We'd love to have you on the show.
Hmm.
We love all kinds of scenes, including the indie scene. Indie scene. I don't know why I'm just still trying to get sober. And I, indie, what? What am I saying? Uh, so anyway, let us know. Hit us up. Maybe there's an artist that you like that maybe we should be exploring on Spotify or something like that. You can do that to the VCR show at gmail.com. At our social medias, the VCR show, the defunct website, vcrshow.com, and our YouTube channel, the VCR show. And share us, love us, like us, share us with your friends. And if you want to take Roxy to a concert, maybe some metal, maybe some indie, maybe some smooth elevator jazz, you can do so at her social medias, which are.
On Facebook at Roxy Perez Curvy Model, on Instagram at PopRocks428, and on TikTok at the Pop Rocks. And Pop Rocks is spelled POPROXX.
And as always, I'm Vara.
And I'm Roxy.
And you've been listening to VCR. Quick disclaimer, next week's show may be a little weird or
Oh, yeah.
like shorter than a little bit normal because I will be out in New York in the Niagara Buffalo area in the St. Bonaventure area. So I'll be hitting up that. And we normally record the shows on a Sunday. Well, on a Sunday, I'll be over there, either jumping into Niagara or something stupid like are trying this thing called beef on weck. I've never had it before. It's not a southern thing at all
Okay.
because it's just not southern, so we don't know what it is. I'd never heard of it before till someone said, "Oh, you got to try a beef on weck," and I was like, "The fuck that is?"
On who?
What?
Beef on
Who?
who?
You challenge me to a duel, sir, because I will weck you. No, so anyway, but just be prepared for whatever next week's show is going to be like. Like I said, maybe a little short, but we don't know yet. Or the audio may be terrible because again, I will be
And
off somewhere and Roxy will be in the comfort of her home. So
Mhm.
unless she wants to go to a coffee shop and do that.
Probably not.
No, there you go. So anyway, and again, till next time, Vada.
And Roxy.
And you've been listening to VCR.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Excellent show. You have been listening to VCR, creative content by Richard Christopher Vara and Roxy Perez. Logo by Richard Christopher Vara with assistance from Annie Ramirez. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can reach us at thevcrshow@gmail.com or our social medias at Instagram and Twitter at The VCR Show. And you can also check out our content at thevcrshow.com. The show song is Addict by Nefex, instrumental, and you can find them on YouTube Music Library.